Grandfather Sky, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, elements earth, air, water, fire, Star Nation and creation, please be with us here to heal, harmonize, and raise the vibration. Thank you. Amen. Alright guys, so I'm here with a message, and it's connected to the healing between the masculine and the feminine. Castles in the sky. And how we are building from the heavens to the earth. But it's how we're transmuting from the underworld. And, you know, we're really like this antenna of energy. We really need our chakras lit. Because we're really going to be transforming things. This is going to be an incredible time. Now, before I get started, let's get channeled messages. Here they are. I received quite a few this morning. Four of Pentacles equals our solar plexus healing. And that's connected to death and our transformations. And that moves us forth to the Nine of Pentacles and our spiritual growth. Equaling the Sun. And the Sun is connected to happiness, joy, but most of all, warmth. We're using the Ace of Swords, the clarity to see through the deception. And that's connected to the Queen of Swords. And that's to use the sword and tell the truth. We've got the Hierophant. And that's so we can connect to the upper world and the lower world through the middle. And it's all has to do right now with forgiveness and applying the unconditional love. And that equals healing with the divine, through the divine. And this is all connected to our desires, chakra flow and healing, and our forward movement. Now the shapes that we are creating with right now is the dodecahedron. And that's connecting us to spirit and the divine. The tetrahedron, love and connection. And this is to help us with the Seven of Cups and seeing through the illusion. And that's where we're going to use the Ace of Swords and gain clarity. And this is allowing us to move forth with the Fool energy and use our creative intelligence. And it's a fresh approach. That's what it is. It's a fresh approach. And we're going to use the energy of Temperance. And that's the alchemy right now of the Sun and the Moon, the fire and water energies. This is all connected to the Three of Pentacles, and this is where we connect now. We go from the 4 to the 3, and this is how. This is connected to the message from the ancients, the previous message we've received. And we are gifted the Ace of Pentacles through the energy of the Emperor, and the Emperor is connected to Aries right now. Now, the Aries is connected to the number 10s and all the number 10s that we're following in order to turn the wheel, the messages. And those messages of the number 10 are connected to 1111, awakening, equaling healing, equaling rising, equaling the shift and new eyes. And they shared an extra special message, PPS, Velvet. Velvet is connected to something right now. I don't know what. Should be fun and exciting to figure it out. We know the truth is unveiled. That's the time we're in. We're unveiling the truth. We have activated the portal of light. We're moving through time and space in order to heal and expand. The Hierophant here has a message from us, we know, from our ancients, and our ancients are helping to set things right around here. And that's connected to this message of the Hierophant and the upper, lower, and middle worlds all coming together in order to create anew. This is connected to the masculine energy that's being created with the alchemy and the connection to the moon. And it's dealing with our impulses and impulse control work. And that's where we are working with our Ace of Wands. And that's connected to the cosmic egg and the energy of the spider of creation. Metatron's cube. Now, we're going to work with our impulse control and heal that. And how are we doing so? We're connecting to the energy of the world in order to expand our maturity and using the feminine energy to create with our passions within the well, the Ace of Cups, us. And that's connected to our heart chakra. But it's emotionally, through our emotions. Now, what's going down? We're putting the past behind us. This is the burial of the past. Yes, we have to grieve it, but we're going to bury it in order to create with equality now. We're all on an equal playing field. We're creating in the moment for the future, and that's connected to the golden ages. We know the divine masculine is healing, and in doing so is rising. And this is allowing protection for the feminine and the feminine protecting the masculine. And we're rising as equals. We are connected. The feminine's right there behind the masculine. We're not healing for the masculine is healing and rising, and thus we are connected and we are rising. Now, this is connected to Saturn and the Lord of Karma, the balancing of our karmic scales, connecting us to working through our desires, with our desires and our chakras, chakra healing and flow, and that's through accomplishing all these things. All of those animals are connected to accomplishments, accomplishing goals along the path in order to clear those chakras. And that's why we're connected to spirit and animal spirits. There's always a connection. That's how we're multidimensional, and we're going to expand with all the connections we make here within the matrix. That's key, right? What is it reflecting back to us? Now, there's the Queen of Swords, and she's connected to the sword of clarity as well as that spider web and the web that we are weaving, creation, Metatron's cube. Now, what are we working with? Oh, and also our wisdom. That owl is there to represent our wisdom, and that's our divine feminine wisdom. We are connected to the void. We need to use that to our advantage. Now, the moon has told us we're going from isolation to fulfillment with the energy of water. Okay? And this is what's happening. We're going to use this power to conjure lower vibrational forces. Now we're transmuting. We're transmuters. So we can shift the shadows to the light through the dark because we're connected to the dark. Now, we're birthing anew. And this is connected to the child. And look, we're following the hummingbird. Well, the hummingbird has led us to where we are now. Now, we are going to get a message. Where are we going? This is very many cards, but I feel called to read them, and then we're going to shuffle and get one card. Earth, Pachamama, the Holy Mountain, the Lower World, the Mystical Shaman, the Medicine Wheel, and the Wild Woman, and all those apply, but I'm called to get one message. So we're going to get a reshuffle. What is the message? The eagle. And the eagle is connected to the lower world. And look at that. There's the mystical shaman right there. And we just saw the mystical shaman. The arrow and the lower world. And there it is. There's the connection. We're being divinely protected. This is a message of being divinely protected. Because the work we're doing is so sacred. Okay. We have the eagle to connect with spirit and our strength and to raise our vibration through dimensions. Through such lower vibrational things to higher vibrational, and then to build from the 5D to the 3D. And this is the space that we're transmuting through. And there's the arrow. We're balanced. We're going to hit our mark. We're going to hit our aim. We're connected to the sun and the moon here. We're connected to the stability of the light. We're seeing the light everywhere we need to see it. This is the creation of harmony and balance right here. This is where the message is. And this is connected to the work we're doing here with the mystical shaman. From the lower world to the middle and the upper. Traveling through the realms. And this crow is symbolizing here we're protected, our protection. But our protection lies within our expansion. Our connection to the masculine and feminine energies and the Fibonacci sequence and spiral and our growth. And that is connected to seeing through our illusions, through the matrix, and expanding with the energy of the divine. And here with the Andean cross, we are divinely protected. We're seeing what we need to see. And it's connected to the rainbow. And this rainbow is connected to the child. And these are the messages. That's the path. These are the messages. And here's where we're entering. And it is connected to our beloved and the medicine wheel. And this is healing in all four directions. This is connected to the world, our experience in order to expand. But look, the hummingbird is also there. And this is thanks to the fire energies right now. We're using the energy of fire, the emperor energy, in order to expand. And we're using the energy of wind, the air energy, in order to use our experience and our truths. And that's connecting us to the water energies. In order to restore balance. And now we have restored flow. And there is the time master. And we know we're using time as a tool. Its rightful place has been restored. We're connecting to the sun and the moon. That's how we're restoring balance, through the sun and the moon. The clock has become a tool. Time is our friend. Time is on our side. And it's about divine timing, allowing divine timing and the healing spiral. And this is what we're doing. We're spiraling through the chaos. We're healing. And we've reached completion. And this is where we started off. We started off here. And we're expanding. Oops. From this place to this. Let me make sure you guys can see and they're in focus. Hopefully all the other cards have been in focus. We're expanding from the serpent energy through chakra healing and flow to transmute all these energies from the serpent to the eagle, and it was through the medicine wheel. So we have messages. There was going to be a message in these 3 cards, and it's connected to the Time Master. Okie dokie. Things are getting a little crazy around here. I've been told not to read from the book, and we're going to use these oracles over here in order to connect to the messages. So I guess now the cards are really gonna speak. So we're going here first. This is connected to the medicine wheel. This is the message that's of the medicine wheel, and we're following the hummingbird. And I just want to say, you know what's kind of incredible, guys? We were doing art this weekend, and lo and behold, just the way, you know, things work, following the synchronicities and signs, and then the universe shows you that you're a co-creator and that they're listening, and then you get one of your signs. Look at my son. My son made this, and that's his hummingbird. Just this out of the blue. And this was the picture that was picked for me, following the hummingbirds. And then the soul tribe member we were coloring with, need I say more? That looks like a message from Spirit. Okay, now let's get this message from Spirit. Getting glitter everywhere. I love it. The more sparkly, the better. Get some shine going on. Okay, I really wanted one card, but let us see. Wisdom and the Sun. So this is connected to the sun, our happiness, joy, and our warmth from the channeled messages. Métis, wisdom, empowerment message. Experience woven together with knowledge creates a beautiful thing, wisdom. Its parts are entwined like a finely made rope that is so strong that it can't be cut. Wisdom, once earned, becomes an essential part of you. And this is why we're using the energy of the world. This is why we need our wisdom. It's part of the expansion, because we're going to make it so that this cord cannot be cut. It's going to be interwoven. I love that. Our knowledge and our wisdom, because we're seeking this knowledge in order to expand with it. We're masters. Right now, the Greek goddess of wisdom, Métis, says you know exactly what to do in your current circumstance. The real question is, do you have the courage and commitment to make a wise choice? Your answer is not to hide. You're being invited to look within rather than without. Take the wisdom you already have and apply it to your question. Perhaps, however, you must instead draw forth the humility to find someone wiser to weigh in. And this is when we know better. Like, we know we need to listen to that voice, and we don't. We shut it out, but we need to. And we know. And we know. Or like, I'm quiet. I have a cookie. I'm quiet. I'm gonna check my phone. I'm gonna distract myself. Quiet. What can I do to just make you be quiet? But it's time to listen to that voice, because the sun is here. It's illumination time. In this powerful time, others may seek you out for your wisdom. This is also an auspicious period when new relationships are founded on deep truths shared with others. You are entering a potent period of your life to share all that you are and all that you have learned. We're going to share our wisdom, our knowledge. Extraordinary things are possible when the goddess reminds you of your wisdom and the need to express it. And this is all about, this goddess made herself feel small. And she played stupid. But she ain't playing stupid no more. We know the divine feminine is here to be here. Because we're putting the past in the past, and now we're going to be equal. We're going to be balanced. We're going to be one. The water energy card just flipped on over to show its strength. Now, we're going to use that. And we're not going to dull our flame and dull our light for anything and anyone. I'm going to illuminate some stuff around here, and we're going to move forth to the sun. And the sun is all about being bold and brave and not shrinking away from our own shadows. We have to face our own shadows. We have to tell ourselves the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We can't keep creating off illusions if we really want to allow this shift and this miraculous change and allow for miracles within our lives. Empowerment message. When you shine your light into the world, you will attract various people and experiences that match or challenge your commitment to being empowered. Right now, you're receiving information to know which choice to make, which opportunity to take, and which person to trust. The Aboriginal Australian sun goddess, Yi, illuminates your path with her rays and brings clarity as she shows you what you need to know. A bright light also attracts a lot of bugs, so know that you may also attract those who see themselves smaller. As a result of your empowerment, this is conditioning that needs to be healed in many people around the world. All you can do is be incandescent and joyful, kind and truthful, and the world will begin to reflect that goddess back to you. The goddess is happy to help you shine. And this is now those lower vibrational energies that need to feed off the light. But we're woke. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to set a boundary. We're going to cut what we need to cut. We're going to use those scissors, those golden scissors of the light. All right, now where are we going? We're going here. What's happening, divine masculine and feminine? The devil's here. And the devil popped on out onto wisdom and the sun. It's time to say goodbye to this place. You know, I didn't wear my bracelets today. I didn't want to feel shackled to anything. I wanted to feel free. I wanted the energy of the child within me. Because, you know, I've really been reflected back to me, my patterns that need to be healed triple time. But like on a whole new level where I've really slowed it down in order to see enough of what I need to do to go to the next level in order to master my healing, to master myself, to master this path. And it's facing the devil energies. It's facing these things that are keeping us sick, stuck, stagnant, acting off our impulses, feeding off our impulses, feeding off the stimulus, feeding off the old patterns, feeding off the negativity. And this is connected to the Five of Pentacles. And now, it's also connected to the Queen of Swords and the Lovers. And there is the rest of the reading. The Starman Tarot portion. Because the Tower and the World are also here. But this is connected here. I just remembered we have 2 more card activations to get, so my brain is in 2 places at the same time, but I'm trying to get to a card that I need to see. And I found it. I'm glad. This is why we entered the sweat lodge. This is here in order to detoxify and purify from our lack of. Okay, guys? And I haven't forgotten those other 2 activations. Now, we're using the Queen of Swords. We know that. We're going to use this energy to tell our truths and to reveal our light. We're activated here with the energy of our divine blueprint, Metatron's cube, and we've let go of the past. We've also been to the underworld and we've come back. We're back on the middle world. And now that's connecting us to the lovers. And there we are. We've followed the trail of the hummingbird to the sweet nectar of love, the connection of divine masculine and fine divine feminine, and the fertilization of love. Okay? How that feels to make love. And that's connected right now to the time we're in. The Tower. And this is connected to the lower world. But this is how we're creating flow. And we need to remember we're protected. We're protected. Now, in doing so, the world is here. We restore balance with our wisdom and our knowledge. We're making a sacred cord that will not break. And it's connected to judgment and the destroying to create. We're going to destroy the past in order to create anew. The past is weighing us down. So we're going to see through our illusions in the 7 of Cups and birth anew. And this is connected to that egg. And what's being created in the egg. And that's connected to the 9 of Wands, where we're balanced. We're connected to the sun and the moon. And we're facing the shadow energies because we've created stability of the light. Now, that is connected to our transformation from the lower world. Let's get that message. We're going to use these sacred deck right here. The Crystal Medicine Oracle. Thank you, Rachel Sharman. I hope I'm saying your name right. All right. This is helping us to create unconditional love. This is where we forgive. Our forgiveness plus the healing of the heart chakra is unconditional love. There we go. Sacred ceremony, celebration. And it's connected to red jasper. You have attracted this card into your awareness today as it is a time of celebration. The journey of life has its ups and downs, and at times we feel like we are consistently striving for the next goal. You have now entered a phase of celebration, and it's time to acknowledge your achievements. Woo! It's celebration time, thank goodness. You have been putting a lot of energy into your projects and doing incredibly well. Today it's a time to recognize how far you've come and you're doing incredibly well. Throughout history, and how amazing you are. Throughout history, celebration has come and to be such a big part of our lives, with ceremonies created to acknowledge things such as harvest times and rites of passage. People through the ages understood that celebration was an important part of the ending of a cycle and an opportunity to receive the fruits of their labor. Have you been striving and achieving and not honoring yourself in this process? Do you feel like all you do is work and never play? Are you always serious? Have you lost the magic in your life? Well, now it's time to stop for a moment and bring in the energy of joy and celebration. It is extremely important that you take the time to give back to you, to say thank you for who you are in this world and all you bring to the table. This is about not having the lack of motivation to celebrate ourselves anymore, and we need to rejoice in being ourselves. And that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to transform. We need to have sacred ceremonies and celebrate in ourselves, and we need to celebrate the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new. Celebration is many vibrations, because you can be feeling many things when you're celebrating. And guys, it's okay to celebrate. You know, we know we're coming up to the celebration of Easter. We don't have to go like so into the old templates of what we're celebrating here. We're allowed to cut away the past. We're allowed to cut away what's lower vibrational and create with the intent and the wonder and the heart of a child, and to see through the eyes of a child and to create anew with these celebrations. And in creating anew with these celebrations, it's like, okay, prime example. You know, there's people that can say, oh, well, you shouldn't celebrate Valentine's Day for this, this, and this. But when your mom or dad or teacher or whatever guardian introduced it to you when you were a child, you made paper hearts. Or you gave out Valentines, you gave sweets, the sweet nectars of life, and to you that celebration is connected to the sweet nectars of life. Well, that's your intent. You're creating with that intent. This is your universe, this is your magic, this is your wonder. And then you go on forth with that, and you create with that here for your children and your children's children. And now we just changed the meaning of the celebration through our heart chakra and its intent. Through us, because we are the masters of our own universe, and we are creating with our energy. And that energy goes out into the collective energy field for everyone else to feed off of, and so forth. And that's why many of us are still feeding off these old templates, acting like, why am I still acting a fool? Lower vibrational, right? When we're not woke yet. But why am I still? Then we're woke and we're on this path, and that's why we're here studying. Thank you guys for joining me here at School for the Fool. Now, we need this vibration. We need this vibration. We need the energy of youth. We need to be able to come at things with the perception of the child and our just natural connection to the divine. It makes things so much easier, and it's another vibration to create with here. We're unleashing this energy, and this is connected to this message and the arrow. So let's get it right now. And we're going to use this beautiful sacred deck, the archetypes. We know the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. Hopefully, you know what, guys? I don't know how to speak English on the best of days because I just want to talk telepathically. But that ain't life. So, gotta use my other skills. Reject none, accept all. Very interesting. I never noticed that before. In creation. Alright. Let's open up this. Ooh, I just love this deck. Every time I open it up, I feel like it's very sacred. Very beautifully done. Love it. Okay, let's get a shuffle and see what the message of the arrow is. And then we should have covered all the messages except for that rainbow one that is sticking out to me. We will cover that. Okay, the arrow. The Starborn and the Judge, and we have we've received the message here of the Starborn. This is what we're doing. We're star children activating in order to activate into true self, to go on this journey and experience this path in order to shapeshift and change. And this is connected to what we're birthing. It's the birth from old self to new self through the activation of our star DNA. Our star light. And that's connected to the child. And us being born here in order to make this big shift, this grand change, to experience these things we're experiencing in order to heal and create anew. And it's connected to this. And that looks like that the dark and the light is harmonizing to me. Creating. The judge, the critic, the diplomat, the advocate. The judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day helping us discern what is safe, true, and just. When this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. Ironically, the judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the judge out of balance, building walls, separating from other. When this same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources for those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening this archetype is essential for the complex times we are in. Get your judgment in order. The world needs it, and this truth. And this is where the truth starts within us. We are the change we want to see within the world. So we're going to activate this within us. We are going to be walking truths. And we're going to be everything we want that judge to be. Everything we want that judge to be for us, for a fair and just life. We're going to hold those values within us with our integrity of the light. And that means taking a big hard look in the mirror if we have to, and allowing evolution and the great change in order to expand. Because we're not going to stay in these old templates because they're punishing us. They're unforgiving us. They're unforgiving to us. They're building up walls. They're critical. But this is about compassion and unconditional love and becoming an advocate, being in service, using our discernment. And how do we feel when we're judged? We don't want that. Now, there was one more message sticking out. You know what, guys? I didn't even know that this reading was happening like this today. I never do, though. They always have a life of their own. This means something, and I need to find out what. And I don't have the deck here, so that means I'm going to go grab it. This is the deck that we'll be using. The Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn. And we're going to see what the message is of the rainbow. And that is definitely connected to the hummingbird and the lovers. Fertility of life. Birth. And birth connected to death. And death connected to rebirth. And this all has something to do with just even the energy of Easter. And we'll just be having a small reading dedicated to that. It's not going to be anything big. These readings have all been big. We're just going to have a small happy Easter, what's going down message to the masculine and feminine. What the heck was that? All right, the way that those cards flipped, better see what the heck is going down here. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. And look, there is the castles in the sky, the heavens that we are creating with, grounding from the 5D to the 3D. And that's connected to embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. So look, that's what we're doing. And guys, now it's about to get really beautiful. Staying focused. Hold the course. We just got to continue to create from the 5D to the 3D with our unconditional love and our visions from the heavens to the earth through us. Connection, body, mind, soul, masculine, feminine, child. And look, This is where we're going. This is what we're achieving. All right. See, we're going forth. Okay, and we're doing it. We are doing it. We're creating this magic carpet ride. I love how now the decks are speaking. In the Four of Swords, we're going to go for a visit to the castles in the sky. Look, we're going to raise our vibes here with the Sword of Clarity, the Sword of the Light. And this is through rest and recoup and connections. This is time to connect our wisdom to our knowledge and expand through connection to the Sword of Clarity and the Divine. Now, we're going to take the Prince of Wands energy, the masculine, and look, we have our spark, we have our flame, we're ready to go. We lit it with our passions. We got the Queen of Wands. Ooh, she's got her passions. We're in the Aries energy. We're going to add it to the cup. We're going to make some love. We're going to do that with the Princess of Cups, because we are creating peace on the path of the moon. And this is just seeing what we need to see. We're seeing our clarity. We're seeing through the deception. And this is of our truths of what we need to do and change and heal from the devil energies. Now, this is where we connect to the Ten of Cups, and this is what we're doing. There's our fortune increase. And there it is. And now it's here twice. We're following the hummingbird. We're following the synchronicities and signs. Our synchronicities and signs on our divine path to heal from the devil energies, the shadow energies that are causing us harm. They're keeping us stuck in the old templates. This is old earth, new earth. And temperance is here. There's the alchemy. There's the alchemy of temperance. All right, let's just confirm this with what do our ancients have to say. I'm excited to see. There's the King of Pentacles, and there is what we're grounding. And we're grounding it through the dark because the High Priestess is here, and there it is. I was like, this is connected to the Ace of Pentacles. I can feel it, and the gift of the Ace of Pentacles. Here's the gift of the Ace of Pentacles when we're connecting to our Three of Pentacle pals. And that's the key in the shift. Remember, of healing from the solar plexus from the channeled information. We heal, and we're gifted the third to create. We're gifted the ace to the third in order to create the fourth and heal from our solar plexus through the third and creating with our light and our Three of Pentacle pals. And now, and this is through the dark, and there's our alchemy, and we're doing alchemy with the divine feminine energy here in order to restore balance. Where the frick is that card? Come on. Between the masculine and feminine, so now we have the divine masculine and the feminine doing alchemy and healing in order to rise together. And it's connected to what we're being gifted through the energy of the Emperor, and that is connected to this message. Worth, practical skill, business and intellectual activities, aptitude and success in mathematics. So we are successfully making our number sequences and patterns, that we're following the synchronicities and signs. That's how we got here. That's the number 10. It's connected to number 11. What does that mean? Where are we going? So far away places, get ready for new horizons. Of course we are. And get ready for a great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. We're doing it. I just feel it. There's a connection in here to this mathematics application. Oh, the way that that just flipped. And there it is, 11. Oh, and beauty way. And what did this come with? Yes. So, we're following the synchronicities and signs. 11, connecting us to the council of light. And that's connecting us to soul retrieval, which is what we're doing, and the child, which is why we started out here with this message, because we were following the hummingbird. Thank you to the child. And we're on our path of beauty way. We're going on a great adventure. And there it is. We're protected by the angels. You are cherished by the angels. Navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. Now it's time to follow our bliss, guys. We're going to follow the light home. And we knew it. I knew this card was going to be here. It started off here when I was shuffling the cards and I was thinking, this is how we started off seeing 1111. We answered the call. We answered the call to the Council of Light. 1111, we've activated. We're being protected by the angels. Thank you to the child. Much love and healing vibes sent your way to create with today. I'll see you soon. Take care.